Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass. It is back. Tuesday, July 30th. Friday, August 2nd. Saturday, August 3rd. 3 big days. Yeah, biggest pain we've had. Happening at White River Amphitheater. The bands, what a lineup. I mean, tons of great local bands. This is going to be awesome. Plus, you got Slipknot. You got Volbeat. You've got Marilyn Manson, Disturbed, Rob Zombie. This is going to be a show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
3 local acts, too, from Superfecta to Pound.
Yeah.
Woodshed.
Yeah. So you know you want to be there. Maybe all 3 days. Don't forget the Palace Law Premium Experience. That's pretty sweet, too, where you get to pretty much have your own backstage tent where you may see some bands do acoustic performances. There'll be interviews, great barbecue and beverages. Oh, I'll be there. I'm usually in a good mood because I had a couple of beverages and some barbecue. Tickets on sale right now at livenation.com. $2 from each ticket sold, benefiting the Vitology Foundation. If you want more info about Pain in the Grass, you know where to go. KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Mix.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game. He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Mix. And guys, we've made it. It's Friday. Oh, yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully this week wasn't too stressful for you.
Yeah. Well, thanks, buddy. Thanks for caring.
Yeah.
You got your pulse on the finger, don't you?
Something along those lines, yeah. Let's get to our contestant. We've got Matt in Seattle to take on Steve. Matt, are you there, sir?
Hey, good morning.
What's he playing for, Steve?
He's playing for tickets to check out Ghost. They're going to be at the WAMU Theater on September 19th. Plus, you have a chance at the grand prize, which is just a crazy Ghost prize pack, so that's kind of cool, too.
Ghost.
Go to KISW.com. That includes a pair of socks and a keychain and a hat and all that cool stuff.
Ghost socks.
Ghost socks.
Dude, you put those on BJ and Mig socks, you'll have quite a pair.
Tickets are available for Ghost at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. Watch out for your knuckles there.
Yeah, watch out.
For those playing at home, Matt will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Matt, you can pass all you want. You will only get 3 guesses per question, though. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What is the brand name for the cleaning product that has a mascot of a muscular man with a shaved head and an earring?
Mr. Clean.
Yes. In what year of the early 80s did Diet Coke come on the market?
81.
No.
82, 83.
82, yes. Which HBO show about a robotic theme park premiered in 2016?
Westworld.
Yes. Which Jackson family member had a role on the TV show Good Times?
Michael.
No.
Tito.
No.
Pass.
Which 2018 horror movie revolved around not speaking or making noise?
Bird Box.
No.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
Foxbird.
No.
Well,
Pass.
Yeah. Good job.
In which decade was the Rubik's Cube invented?
50s.
No.
60s.
No.
70s.
Yes.
Okay.
In The Matrix, what color pill did Neo take?
Red, blue,
Red, yes. What is the name of the soft white layer that forms on teeth?
enamel,
No.
black.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct.
All right, not too bad.
Not too bad there at all.
I wouldn't have got plaque. I would have been yelling at you thinking it was tartar.
No.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the plaque.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe Steve will forget about that and then not get a win. And the post-holiday decline could happen at some point.
I don't know, man. We're kind of already beyond that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
What is the name for the cleaning product that has a mascot of a muscular man with a shaved head and an earring? Yes. Mr. Steve. In what year of the early 80s did Diet Coke come on the market?
82.
Yes. Which HBO show about a robotic theme park premiered in 2016?
Oh, Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
No.
Oh, is that Waterworld?
No.
Westworld.
Yes.
There we go.
Which Jackson
Waterworld.
family member had a role on the TV show Good Times?
Janet Jackson.
Yes. Which 2018 horror movie revolved around not speaking or making noise?
Mr. Bean.
No.
Mr. Bean.
A Quiet Room.
No.
Quiet Place.
Yes.
Yeah.
In which decade was the Rubik's Cube invented?
The 50s.
No.
60s.
No.
70s.
Yes. In The Matrix, what color pill did Neo take?
Pink.
No.
Red.
Yes.
Red.
What is the name of the soft white layer that forms on teeth?
Enamel.
No.
Plaque.
Yes. What disability did Thomas Edison have?
He was constipated.
No. Is that a disability?
Well,
I guess for some people it is.
Feels like it.
Steve, you've got 8 correct, which is a win.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt.
It was all right.
All right. There you go. Well, thanks for playing, man.
There he goes.
There goes the victory boy.
What are we telling everybody?
what I'm telling them, Rev, is
Oh, man. You are the man.
Is he really the man?
He was the man today.
He's a man.
Yeah, he got those all correct.
it's like Becky Lynch. I'm the man.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Watch out for the bloody nose. The one that you did miss, the disability that Thomas Edison had. Anybody?
Syphilis.
I would
No,
say
that's not a disability.
Was he dyslexic?
No.
Oh.
He was deaf.
He was hard of hearing?
He was hearing impaired. Yes, he was.
How did he create the phonograph if he was hard of hearing?
He doesn't need to actually be able to hear it just to create the designs for it. And someone
That's-
else can be like, hey, that does totally work.
Well, I hope he
Really?
doesn't try and order any food at a Taco Bell.
Why?
You didn't hear about that deaf guy that tried to order and he ended up like getting arrested, and then the guy that was working at the Taco Bell got fired for how he treated the deaf guy.
I have no idea what happened.
Pulled up to a drive-through and he had like his order on his cell phone because
Oh, okay, yeah, probably because he has a hard time speaking and hearing.
yeah. So I mean, I'm super paraphrasing the story, but I guess the guy was like, "No, I can't do that. If you don't put your phone down, if you don't do this, I'm calling the cops." He called the cops, and then the employee that refused to serve to the deaf customer got fired.
What an idiot.
Wow.
So he calls the cops basically to get himself fired.
Yeah.
I don't know how he thinks that's a cop calling situation.
Right?
Wow.
Damn. Well, this wasn't a cop calling situation. Terrible segue there. But congratulations, Steve. You won with 8 correct.
That was segue of the year. We're early into the year. That's segue of the year right there, buddy.
Here's a question, though, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything along
Hold
those
on.
lines.
Let me just say caller 8.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
206-421-ROCK. Caller number 8, 206-421-ROCK. All right, we know you're not trying to be rude, but what's your question?
It's cool for you to drive if you're deaf,
Yeah, because everything is usually visual. I mean, it's.
but you can get in trouble if you have headphones on while driving.
Steve makes a good point.
Then you can't hear a horn honking. You can't hear traffic around you.
My
That's a
aunt
very
is
interesting point.
My aunt is deaf, and she had no issues getting her license, and she drives wherever, so there's no issue with that.
Maybe it's what's playing in the headphones that's distracting as opposed to just keeping headphones on with nothing on.
So gangster rap is bad.
Yeah. But that's, Steve, you make a very interesting point. If I just put on noise canceling headphones and that's it, is that okay? As
Yeah, I don't
opposed
know.
to
That's why I
putting- Yeah.
I don't know why that stuck out. I mean, I understand you can see, you can still do stuff, and maybe he's not fully deaf. Maybe he's just.
Mostly.
See, I
Mostly
don't know.
deaf? I don't know.
There are people that are legally blind, which means they still can see some stuff, but not enough to be able to really get around well or drive. But I don't know about legally deaf, if that's a thing.
According to this one article, it says that there is no proof that deaf or individuals with hearing loss are involved in more crashes than those who can hear.
So
That's
it's
cool.
gotta be
That's
the
cool then.
It's gotta be the loud music that distracts you. It has to be.
Yeah,
But then
I would-
again, we play it in our car, so why are headphones a problem?
I mean, at least if you're riding shotgun, there's no fighting over what music you're listening to.
Yeah, Steve, that actually is a very, very good question. Now that we know that hearing impaired people can drive, what's the problem with headphones? There shouldn't be. I mean, if they can drive...
Unless they feel like you said, the music it would be too distracting because you're more into the music than what's in front of you, whereas a deaf person is still focused on what's going on in front of them.
And apparently, listening to it in our speakers in our car allows us, I guess, with that distraction to still hear because we're hearing other sounds, whereas only with the headphones on, we're only hearing music. Maybe that's it.
One person says, well, what about emergency sirens? Yeah, like if all of a sudden there's an ambulance or a cop with their siren going off and you don't hear it?
Well, that's why they have the flashing lights, too.
Well, what if they weren't looking they were on their cell phone while all that's going on?
Oh, then they're just a bad driver. It's not because
I
they're
have
deaf,
to tell
just
you,
they're douche.
I'm with Vicky on this.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. This is where you get to pick the topic. This is where you get to guide the show. You get to be heard. But while you are being heard, Steve still has a rule.
That's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye, BJ.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the Loose.
We got a text that says, at the age of 45, do you think getting into a long-distance relationship that is out of state is a good idea and I'd have to fly there? That's a terrible idea, I think.
It depends on what you want in life. Because I have that, but I've got...
You've been together for 20 billion years.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
But I have to say... If for some reason my wife and I were to split and I were to get into another relationship, I don't think I'd mind doing a long distance relationship, even if it was like, say, 30 to 40 minutes where we always lived in separate places. I'm kind of digging the separate place relationship.
But in the early stages where it's exciting to spend time together, you'd have to fly to see them. I can understand, like, if they live in Oregon, where it's okay, it's a 3-hour drive or something like that, or a 2-hour, depending on where you live. You know what I mean? But the idea of having to get in a plane, deal with the whole process of going through security checkpoints and things like that, just to hang out with somebody, it's a pain in the ass.
My advice to you is to get the TSA approved or clear.
Yes.
If you're going to do it. Because you're right, Steve, but it's a lot easier. And also, if you can keep some stuff at her place or his place, then you only have to have a carry-on. It's a lot easier with all that I just said. Otherwise, you're right, Steve. It's a hassle to check a bag. Always have to pack your toiletries all the time. It's a lot easier to just be able to have a bag, get off the plane, get on the plane, you're done.
Right, because like if they contact you, like, I'm just in the mood, you should get over here. All right, hold on, I got to get on Travelocity and book a flight.
Yeah, and also it's expensive to fly. You're right. That's hard too, as it were. Yeah.
Technology seems to be pretty beneficial for that, though, now. You can FaceTime or Skype, and you can literally be in the same room. You can watch the same shows together and do stuff. And
by do stuff, you can watch each other, or you do stuff to yourself.
Exactly, right?
Fun.
See, that's the thing that Steve's bringing up. The physical intimacy is definitely a challenge. Everything else you said, Rev, surely works. I wonder, Steve, also... You know, if you're younger, I don't think I could do it if I was a younger man. If I was in my 20s and 30s, I think I would definitely go, no, I got to be close.
Oh, 100%. I think about when I was in my 20s and in my single days of trying to find somebody. And I remember like talking to some chick and she's like, oh, I live in Tacoma. I'm like, I'm not driving all the way to Tacoma. I live in Seattle.
Yeah.
That seems stupid. I would never even consider dating someone that wasn't living at least within like a few miles of me.
And then
I meet someone, I'm living in Linwood that is from Puyallup, and I'm like, all right, it's worth it. I dig her. You know,
I mean, that's a hell of a commute.
But that was me in my 30s.
Yeah.
Younger version, no way. It's funny how you change.
Yeah, see, I was the opposite. If any woman was willing to do anything with me, I would travel anywhere. Because, again, you know, finding women that would do it was not easy.
Even then, I had a hard time finding women. If it meant me actually having to drive a long distance. I remember one time there was this chick that I dug, and she's like, come on over. Me and all my girlfriends, we're having a hot tub party. And it sounded like an awesome idea, but they lived in Olympia. And I'm like, I ain't driving all the way to Olympia.
Oh, I would have been there in a heartbeat.
For a hot tub party?
Yeah, I know. Right?
What happened? Yeah, dude, I am so
24-year-old version of Steve was not very bright.
Yeah, you're like opposite, man. Like
I had a car.
Yeah, like a 50s guy, which is me.
Yeah,
I'm not driving now to Olympia, but I would have in my 20s. Now it's like, no, I gotta in the car. I gotta get the gas. You sound like an old man as a young man.
I just was lazy. I didn't want to drive that far. How awesome it would have been.
Lazy or just you were high a lot?
Well, I was pretty stoned.
Yeah, because when you're stoned, you don't want to do anything.
I wasn't getting behind the wheel of a car, but you know.
There's so many guys listening right now just having an aneurysm because of the opportunity you just were too lazy to go check out.
Oh, yeah.
Why wasn't that me?
Oh, I would have been there in a heartbeat. I probably would have been robbed. It probably was a scam, Steve, and you're probably lucky. You probably would have been in a bathtub with no kidneys.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I saved myself.
You really did.
Because I was stoned and lazy.
So, Vicky, where you are in life, I want to make a prediction.
Okay. What do you think?
I think Vicky would be okay with a long-distance relationship.
Right now? No.
No, she said
no. She likes to bang. You can't just bang on a moment's notice if you're long distance.
Exactly. And the fact that it's a relationship, like, I'm going to miss out on all the, like, cuddling on the couch and actually doing the coupley stuff, which, I mean, I go out and get mine whenever I want, but if I'm actually doing the relationship, I want you to be there. Like, I still want to hang out with you.
I guess maybe that's the thing. My age, I got all that. I don't think even if it was a new person, I would miss it because I've already had that in my life, a lot of it. So it's like, I don't mind just going to see somebody and what's up, spend a weekend, and then get back to my own place in my own bed and don't have that person around.
Big question via text, guys. Do you think Olive Garden's breadsticks are better than Red Lobster's biscuits?
Yes. No.
Yes, I'm with Rev.
I don't think I've ever had Red Lobster biscuits.
What?
Oh my God, the face of Steve.
Whoa. What's it say, Vicky?
Look, Red
I'm
Lobster's
about to get the same face. I don't think I've had it either.
Oh my gosh. Face of Steve. What is wrong with you people?
Right? We need to go to Red Lobster.
I never went to Red Lobster.
We need to go to Red
up.
Lobster.
I'm not and here's another thing, the face of my family. I'm not a huge lobster fan. And coming from New England, it's like it's sacrilege. Yeah. I don't mind lobster. It's not like I'm going to tell you if you put it in front of me, I wouldn't eat it. But I would never go out of my way to get it, which is why I've never really done a Red Lobster.
It's the best vehicle for butter ever.
I'm weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't argue there.
Shrimp and crab, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love sushi. I just can't do fish.
Does Red Lobster give you lobster that's already been cracked and just thrown on a plate?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, I'll do that
You
then.
get like a lobster tail that's still kind of in the tail, but it's been cracked open so it's easy to pull out.
I like the Easy Man's lobster.
There's lots of great stuff you could get. You don't even have to get lobster. You got
really?
some shrimp linguine.
Hey.
Yeah, they had to have like the shrimp fest. That's when we would go.
Well, you know what?
So good.
I would
The
love a
Admiral's
taste
Feast
test.
Is my jam.
Let's go.
I say somehow we get some breadsticks and some from Olive Garden and the biscuits from Red Lobster.
Well, usually the Red Lobster and the Olive Garden share
They're next door
parking
neighbors.
lots.
Yeah.
This is easy.
So we do both. We go to one for lunch, stay there forever,
Yes.
and then go to the next one for dinner.
Oh, so you do the soup, salad, and breadsticks at the OG.
Yeah.
Because you can do that for a while.
Or you could do the never-ending pasta bowl.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
This is what I usually get, the ultimate feast.
That's
my
the
God,
best
that
thing
is
ever,
huge.
Steve.
You get the shrimp that are deep fried, then you get the other shrimp that are not deep fried, then you get a lobster tail, and then some crab legs.
Yep.
Crab legs!
Oh, and some broccoli for, to keep it healthy.
Yeah, the broccoli is just like going, why am I even on this
The
plate?
broccoli is a smaller portion than the cup of butter that's put on the plate.
The broccoli is just like, guys, seriously, are you really thinking you're getting healthy?
Shrimp scampi.
Yeah.
But you guys really think the Cheddar Bay biscuits are better than the Olive Garden biscuits?
Yes.
No contest.
Oh, see, I'm 100% I don't even eat the biscuits when I go to Red Lobster.
It's like comparing the National Football League to the Canadian Football League, if you ask me.
True.
Whoa.
I didn't even know.
Now, I will tell you that... yeah, they do. They do have a CFL.
They play football in Canada.
Joey makes his own, basically, Red Lobster cheese biscuits for Thanksgiving. They are delicious.
Yeah, they also sell the packets.
I was going to say, how do we not know that he's just getting the box mix?
No. I watch him from scratch. He makes it from scratch. He doesn't have no box mix. That's my boy over there. No, I'm in the kitchen seeing him rolling out the dough. What does he throw the dough away and then pull the box mix in? Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe he does that part while you're not looking.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And since you've never tried them, you wouldn't know the difference.
You're probably right.
Somebody's on Team Danny. There's no question. Olive Garden breadsticks are way better. No, they're not.
Way better.
They don't have that kind of flavor. It's not a happy explosion in your mouth like Red Lobster's cheddar biscuits.
Oh, all right. I wasn't sure what we were talking about for a minute. Yeah. Well, I wish I could weigh in on this, but I love the breadsticks from Olive Garden, but I haven't tried the biscuits, so I can't weigh in.
Well, that we have to fix this.
Yeah,
and you've
we do.
also you said you've never eaten that Red Lobster in general.
No, I haven't.
What? Ever?
I know, it's hard. Isn't it crazy?
Because they have other stuff besides fish there. They have like good steaks and stuff as well.
I don't even know. I
honestly,
never get to that point.
Neither do I, but I'm just saying I've heard they have good steaks.
Tacos.
I didn't know that, which is kind of like, I bet there are a lot of people that, when we made fun of IHOP, I bet a lot of people didn't know IHOP had good burgers either.
They got that filet mignon.
Oh, they got the McNun. Well, I imagine
Sirloin,
that they've
New
got
York strip.
Yeah, if you've got fish, I suppose you have to have some version of surf and turf somewhere.
Did that maple glazed chicken.
Ooh.
They do?
Yeah, sounds good.
They have tons of stuff.
I probably won't get fish then.
That's fine, but you will get the cheddar biscuits.
Oh, don't tell me what to do.
And then
I'll do what I want at
you
the
get
lobster.
macaroni and cheese on the kids menu.
You could do a lobster mac and cheese as well. I don't think it's on the menu, but you can ask for it. And they'll give you lobster.
Oh, it's like
mac
the
and
secret
cheese.
menu?
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
Oh, all right. See, Danny just told me a secret about Red Lobster. Now I love that.
They even have pizza.
They have pizza?
Yeah,
at Red
lobster pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I've had it.
Yeah.
It's actually
So
really
these guys
good.
really, honestly, I got to tell you something.
Chicken fingers?
I had no idea. It just goes to show you, they probably expanded their menu from way back when they started. I would never have thought that Red Lobster had anything but basically just fish. And you're telling me it's just basically a full-service restaurant.
I'm pretty sure they've always had everything.
I had no clue. It's just their branding made me think it's all fish.
They even have something that I wouldn't want to look up on Urban Dictionary. It's called dragon shrimp.
Oh, yeah. You know who used to get that? Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, it looks actually delicious.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It's probably crispy
spicy.
shrimp twist in a spicy soy ginger sauce with fresh broccoli, served over rice.
That's Vicky's burlesque name. Spicy soy sauce.
Oh, so it says Jimmy
ginger
Mac's
sauce.
buns. Come on, people. What's wrong with you?
Those are really good, too. I tried Jimmy Mac's for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Man, it's like melt in your mouth bread.
How many Jimmy Mac's are there? Just one?
2, I think.
2.
So is it better than Olive Garden or Red Lobster?
It's better than Red Lobster,
Oh,
for
my
sure,
gosh.
but not better than Olive Garden.
Danny, jeez.
What about Outback's loaf of bread?
No.
Outback's loaf of bread is pretty freaking good.
The pumpernickel?
Yes. With the butter, it's like that nice soft butter.
I hate to tell you this.
I was going to say Cheesecake Factory with
Yeah.
the 3 types of bread.
Yeah.
Or 2 types.
I have to tell you, I had a big...
So freaking hungry.
I made fun of our buddy Amber, who used to work at the Cheesecake Factory. I made fun of her because she said, "You know what the Cheesecake Factory is known for?" And I looked at her and I go, "What do you think? We're all stupid? It's in the name of the place." And she goes, "That's what people think. We're actually known for our bread."
Their bread is good.
But how about that? I would have just assumed, well, it's got to be the cheesecake, but actually their bread is like a big star at the Cheesecake Factory. So I am not going to put anybody above it because their bread is good.
I'd have to say Red Lobster and then Outback. I'm going to go with that.
As far as what, the appetizer-y things?
No, when it comes to just bread product.
Oh, bread product.
Yeah, we're just talking bread here.
Are you guys leaving out the big company? You're leaving out the big company.
REI?
You know, if you're,
I don't know they serve
if
bread.
you're talking about bread products, you guys cannot overlook the big company.
Panera.
Exactly. You can't overlook them. If you're going to talk bread, Panera's going to come over here and they're going to just go, really?
But that's not like
they're going to go, really?
I'm
You
talking
want to
about
talk bread here?
I'm talking about like restaurant-y type places. I know Panera's it's a place to go eat, but I don't feel like I never vibe it like a restaurant.
It's
Right.
like almost a fast food place.
It's a sandwich shop.
That does not mean that their bread isn't amazing.
And we missed out on one of the best breads out there. Not quite as good as the Red Lobster, but the Black Angus cheesy garlic bread is fantastic as well.
It's been a while since I've been in Black Angus.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
I'd put that one at a solid number 2 there.
I do like their lobster tails.
Rev, please don't say solid number 2 when you're speaking. I'm trying to keep an appetite here.
Somebody says, "You're killing me. Now I want buns."
Yes.
Buns.
I want
Got some buns, son.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
That text that says, "Guys, I need some relationship advice. I have a diary that I keep. My husband knows it's private. The other day, he read it and then lied to me about it. When he realized he was caught, he said, 'I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have done that. Do I have a right to be upset?'"
Oh, yeah. And I'm the guy that did that. I read my wife's diary and I was a jerk.
What'd you find out?
I found out
That she
that
hates you?
she was involved. That's why I read the diary. We were boyfriend girlfriend at the time.
Oh.
And I read her diary and found out there was I cracked the code. She had a code in there too, so she was pretty ingenious.
What was the code?
The code was just like abbreviations for different things that were going on and like the euphemisms and initials and all sorts of stuff. It was pretty insane.
Was it one of those old diary books that had the lock attached to it? No way.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, I was just so mad, even though I look back and realize, there was no justification at all. And even she was very honest the entire time with me about what I was and to her at the time. And so I was an idiot, no doubt about it.
But you just had now written confirmation of what she was already saying.
Yeah, because she wasn't really coming out and saying that she wasn't, because I was like, hey, I really think da-da-da-da. And she was like, oh, it's none of your business. I don't have to tell you any of these things. And she was right. But I felt like I wanted more information anyway, and so that's what I did, and it was a really jerky thing to do.
Oh, those diaries were like all the rage, and I begged my mom to get me one. I was like, I'm going to journal. And God, I wrote like one day, and I was like, this is way too much effort.
I know. I am so surprised that as soon as you said that, I thought, I cannot see you doing that.
Not even a young version of me.
Yeah.
Back in like, I don't know, it was junior high school, I think. And I wrote one page about how I was feeling. I'm like, this is definitely not my cup of tea.
Yeah. It's no doubt about it, you have a right to be upset. And I don't know what his motivation was for going into your diary. I think that's the big thing. And if you find out what his motivation is, then he needs to probably discuss it with some sort of professional, because why else would you look in somebody's diary unless you're suspecting that they're doing something bad or betraying you? That's why I did it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I should have talked to a professional about it, because then I could have, my suspicions and my fears and my problems could have been addressed properly rather than invade her privacy. So yeah, you can be upset. But if he apologizes, you got to find your way to forgiving him, or otherwise you got to go talk to somebody.
Is it just me, or is like looking to someone's diary worse than looking into someone's phone? Just because at least with your phone, you're having conversations with people, and I feel like your diary, that's just you. You're not even talking to anybody else.
I think both are surely an invasion of privacy if somebody doesn't want you to do it, Vicky. So I would let you be the judge of which one is worse, but either way, I think it's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, I think just looking into something that you were told not to, or just like something that you're not supposed to look into, it's just a violation of someone's trust.
I'm not proud of it, and that's why, as a father, I really tried to be cool with my kids and let them have their own privacy, though I wish my daughter...
Did you ever read their diaries?
I didn't. With Sarah, you don't have to read a diary. She is a diary, and she'll open it all the time and tell you everything you don't want to know.
Yeah, she's more like a diary of the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. And Joey
Spits
D's...
it all out.
I don't know if Joey D's had a diary. If he did, he kept it somewhere that you couldn't find it, and he says nothing.
I bet in that diary is a recipe for his mac and cheese that'll never make us.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't it be great if, like, someday we find out that Joey's, like, working for the government as, like, a CIA guy?
What do you think? He's like, who's that game show host, Chuck Barris?
Yeah. He's such a... Steve...
He's in better shape than when we first met him.
Yes.
Well, you met him from day one.
Oh, he was pretty swole as a baby. When he came out, he was swole.
So he probably got hooked onto the fitness because he's now in the CIA.
My mother-in-law asks, so how are the kids? I have everything to tell her about Sarah. There's so much to tell her about Sarah. Then she'll say, how's Joey? And I'll be like, I really don't know.
I see him every day.
He seems happy. Well, what's he doing? Is he with anybody? I go, I don't know. What's his plans? I don't know. What's his future? I don't know.
Like a real-life Tom Cruise.
He's a CIA operative. Joey Reacher. That's what he's doing, man.
Maybe a better last name?
Yeah. Well, Jack Reacher was a good name. Oh, yeah. All right, fine.
Joseph Reacher.
Oh, there you go.
CIA, he's not going by Joey.
Yeah.
He's Joseph.
Joseph Hunt. I think I want to call him Joseph Hunt, like Ethan Hunt on Mission Impossible, because then I can say he has a brother, Michael. Mm-hmm. Look at Vicky doesn't get it.
Oh, it took me a sec. Like, I knew it was bad, but I'm just like...
He hosted a good public access television show back in the 90s.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I was thinking.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, back when public access television was awesome in Seattle.
Oh, God.
Man, you guys missed out on the best television.
It was so underground.
Public access in Seattle was full of some of the weirdest and most unique characters. There was Michael Hunt, who had a show where he basically just... Was his show the one where you just watched him smoke pot and watch porn?
Yes.
Yeah. Then it was Goddess Kring. And she just got naked and played bongos.
I forgot about Goddess Kring. Again, we didn't have an internet to go get porn on, so public access television, if you wanted to see anything edgy, including something slightly pornographic, that was the place to go.
There's some weird Satanist guy.
Oh, yeah.
Then there was the jerk beast, who was this giant paper mache monster that people would call in, and he would tell them to F off and shove sleeping bags up their you-know-where skis for a half hour. And he had two friends that were part of the show, and it was fantastic.
And it became a full-length motion picture.
Which I was in.
Yeah. Is that the one with the crazy monster?
Yeah, it's the jerk beast.
Yeah.
It's the jerk beast. The jerk beast was... Dude, that just shows how great public access was back then. We would not go out. My buddy Matthew and I, we were roommates at the time. We would not go out on Friday nights unless our band had a show. And if we did, we'd have to make it a point to get home for a few minutes to set the VCR to record because we did not want to miss an episode of The Jerk Beast. It's on YouTube.
That's amazing.
I'm sure it's not as awesome as... back then it was awesome because we were really stoned.
Exactly.
But I think it still holds up the test of time.
Well, if you have to see if you have to have a bunch of stoned people watch it.
And what was that weird Satanist guy that would sing?
Oh, God. There's so many weirdos. I forget. Yeah.
It was like TGIF. Like it was that power lineup of public access television.
You're right, man. That is gone. It's all gone. It's all been replaced.
Then there was that weird like Nazi guy.
Oh yeah,
that one was weird.
You'll have that too.
That sounds pretty much like Albuquerque's public access for a while. We at my band got to play on it, so that's when I started watching it. And I found there was a naked hippie guy who just wore these like short shorts, and he would just drink his own pee and talk about his philosophies.
Oh, jeez.
That's what his show was, and it was like, yours sounds way better than Albuquerque's.
I mean, those. Yeah, there's always a pee drinking guy in everybody's town somewhere.
This is so funny. I go online to see it. There's an article by the PI that says the 90s when Seattle got weird and naked on public access television.
I think that's
the Bong Hit Championships. That was a great show. People would call in. Because it's all live, so you could take calls, which was all, and there was a studio that you would go to and have it all set up. It was actually a really cool thing. And people would call in and just 2 bong hits, and they would time them to see how long they went.
That is so good. Oh, yeah.
Just really, really good.
Hot Tub TV, the Spud Goodman show.
Oh, man.
Was the hot tub show put on by the girls who invited you to the hot tub party?
It might as well have been, right?
Yeah, we're going back to some glory days. And that's when I came here 20 years ago when it was at its height.
Yeah, not necessarily great, but glorious.
Yeah.
No, they were some of the worst shows, but it was so awesome. Channel 77, I remember that, man. That was I probably watched that channel more than NBC.
Well, yeah. And now, I mean, now what is that? Is it Twitch?
Vicky's watching Jerk Beast on YouTube right now.
What's replaced that? Is it Twitch.tv?
It's just YouTube, man.
YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah. Twitch is just mostly for gamers, and they actually have some sort of like put together content. But YouTube, anyone can just do any random weird show they want to.
More people are getting on Twitch, dude. I know. Bubba, the old radio guy's on Twitch now.
Huh.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people just using Twitch. I think that's the new public access. Something like the internet allows almost anything to be new public access. You just get a website and then you can stream and you're set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need it back. They need to bring back public access television.
Do they?
Yeah. And it's already out there. You just have to figure it out, old man. You have to figure out how to work that. The internet.
I know how to work YouTube, BJ. There's a search button.
You sure?
But I want to have it all back on that channel. Like they just have at least one weekend where they
just
bring
like
back
the roulette wheel of weirdness.
Bring them all back. See where they're at now.
All right.
Like what's Goddess Kring up to these days? Is she still getting naked and playing the bongos?
Yeah.
What about the Jerk Beast? Is it still yelling at people?
Was that Goddess Kring you just had up too? That you just showed? You had
I think that was a still from Hot Tub TV.
Oh, that was a very attractive woman.
And then there was a Kurt Cobain was murdered show.
Oh,
that guy was creepy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Richard something, I think his name was.
I don't remember that guy.
Yeah.
Man, you had a lot of hair back in the day, Steve.
Yeah,
I'm watching the Jerk Beast where you interviewed him. Oh, my gosh. That's a lot of hair.
It was a ton of hair and with a sweet bald spot working its way in that you see towards the end.
That's hot.
Yeah, it was hot.
I know. Whenever people see Steve or I with hair, because I posted a video recently of an old commercial I did back when I worked in Rochester on the radio, and we had a TV commercial, and people are like, oh, my God, well, you have a mop. Yeah, we had hair. There was a time when Steve and I both had hair. It happens.
Yeah, and then you see what kind of hairstyles I had, and you're like, okay, well, maybe it was a good idea that you shaved it off.
Oh, definitely for me. No doubt about it.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. Can I leave things off of a bankruptcy, like my car?
You have to list all of your assets and creditors when you file bankruptcy. So you would have to tell the court and the trustee that you have the car or that you have a car loan. You could say that I want to keep my car and continue to make my payments on the car. But the court will need to know that you have a car and that you may have a payment on the car. So by leaving it off the bankruptcy, if you mean that you cannot disclose it to the court, the answer to that is no, you must disclose it. However, that does not mean that you'll lose those assets. You'll be able to keep things like a car and a house in almost all cases, but you must disclose them to the court. But you'll need to continue to make payments on a house or a car that you intend to keep.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
What if you could change a person's world one small moment at a time? A career in behavioral health can provide you with a wide range of options and also brings what many careers can't: a positive change in someone's day-to-day life. In Washington State, there is more demand than ever for careers in the areas of mental health, substance use disorder, prevention, treatment, and recovery. And with the Career in Behavioral Health Services, your education is continual, from certifications to college scholarships. There is a fulfilling career waiting for you that can make a positive impact on your life and in the lives of those around you. Discover educational and financial support options such as scholarships and lifelong learning opportunities while exploring the path that is right for you. Because making the small changes that have a big impact on other people's lives can change yours. Learn how at startyourpath.org.